For almost every young person who listens to rap, Wiz Khalifa is a household name. He is a very talented singer, so stay tuned because today's video is dedicated to his life, career, and of course his car collection. He is a rapper and singer from the United States. In 2006, he released his debut album, Show and Prove, and in 2007, he signed with Warner Brothers Records. In 2008, his Eurodance-inspired single, Say Yeah, received urban radio airplay and charted on the Rhythmic Top 40 and Hot Rap Tracks charts, becoming his first hit single. His stage name is a combination of Khalifa, an Arabic word that means successor, and wisdom, which was shortened to Wiz when Khalifa was a child. According to Khalifa, the name was inspired by being called Young Wiz because he was good at everything he did, and his granddad is Muslim, so he gave him that name. On his 17th birthday, he got a tattoo of his stage name.
My name, Wiz Khalifa, comes from me being the youngest dude in the crowd of people that I always hung with. They would say I was a young Wiz or wise beyond my years. I was like pretty good at everything that I did. And Khalifa comes from my granddad. He's a Muslim, and it's Arabic for success or a leader. So I put the two together when I was a teenager, and Wiz Khalifa.
In March 2015, he released See You Again, featuring Charlie Puth, for the soundtrack of the film Furious 7, and the song spent 12 weeks at the top of the Billboard Hot 100.
That song, for sure, biggest song of my career.
One of your moments you're talking about.
Yeah. And it just, like, being in the airport in Korea and hearing motherfuckers singing, the hook and the verse and shit like that, where they don't even speak English.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of shit is crazy. You can think that your song is gonna do that, but for it to actually happen, it's just like, all right, wow. They came to me, the people from Fast and Furious and Warner and Atlantic. They came to me and they were like, we're trying to put this song together, and your verse is going to be one of probably like 8. You know what I mean? They're like, we want to make this like a compilation song. And Charlie's hook was just supposed to be just like this, like the reference. And they were like, we're going to get this artist on the hook. We're going to get this verse from this person and that. And I was like, all right, cool. So I just wrote my verse and just sent it in, with no thought about it or whatever. I'm like, it's a soundtrack. It's a little bit of money. Like, cool. And then they were like, nah, we want you to do the whole song. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I wrote another verse. And they're like, well, we like this part of this verse, and we like that part of that verse. So can you flip this? And can you... I'm like, oh, I know what's going on here. Y'all turning this to a motherfucking production. So in my head, I'm like, just be available. Be ready for every little step. If these motherfuckers tell you that they don't like one bar, just be available. Be ready to change it. And it was kind of a process of like tweaking the song for a few months. And then, we shot the video before we even released it. And along with the release and just the song coming out, it just took off. It did what it went crazy. And the message behind it, and of course the Paul Walker thing, and it just really, really, like, I don't know. I had no idea that they was about to go that crazy with it. But yeah, it did everything that all the energy that we put into it, it did everything that it was supposed to.
The hip-hop world is currently one of the most popular forms of entertainment, and the young musicians who have made it into the industry have discovered numerous ways to make a fortune. Wiz Khalifa rose to prominence in the late 2000s with a couple of hit mixtapes that became popular in the rap community, featuring his signature sound and music. Wiz Khalifa is an artist known for his distinct personality and one-of-a-kind tattoos that set him apart from other artists in the industry. When it comes to individuality, Wiz Khalifa is the epitome, and his car collection is a true testament to that. Wiz Khalifa prefers fast cars that are also unique to what you might see on the road. With that said, let's take a look at his car collection. Here are 11 cars we can see in Wiz Khalifa's garage. Number 11. The 2010 Dodge Challenger SRT 8. Wiz Khalifa rose to prominence with the Dodge Challenger. Despite the fact that Dodge was late to the current muscle car race, the Challenger is everything you'd expect from a Mopar group. The Hemi-powered beast stands out in the black and yellow paint scheme, and is also featured exclusively in Wiz Khalifa's hit song Black and Yellow. The Dodge Challenger in yellow is one of the most memorable cars ever, and Wiz Khalifa still owns it today. The Challenger received only a few minor feature and option changes in its second year of production. Electronic stability control is now standard on all Challenger models. Automatic headlamps and LED lit cup holder and door handle lights were added as standard features to RT models. Steering wheel audio controls are now available with Uconnect multimedia and Uconnect navigation. Uconnect multimedia features have been combined with the optional sound group. The Super Track Pack, which includes a slew of track-ready hardware and upgrades, is the most significant new option for 2010. Number 10. A 1969 blue Chevy Chevelle. Wiz Khalifa is a fan of muscle cars, as evidenced by his affinity for the Dodge Challenger, and the Chevrolet Chevelle is one of the world's most well-known muscle cars. Wiz's model is a classic blue colour, and the majority of the car is in factory condition, making this particular Chevrolet Chevelle model quite unique to say the least. Chevelles were billed as America's most popular mid-size car in 1969. For 1969 they made only minor changes, led by revised front-end styling. A single chrome bar connected the quad headlights to the revised front grille, which was now cast in ABS plastic, and the parking lights were housed in a slotted bumper. The taillight lenses were bigger and more vertical, extending into the quarter panels. Smaller side marker lighting bezels were gradually introduced. With astroventilation sending outside air into several Chevelle models, front vent windows began to fade. Number 9. Chevrolet El Camino SS. The Chevrolet El Camino SS is perhaps another notable model in Wiz's collection of classic cars. The Chevrolet El Camino SS was based on the Chevelle SS, so the majority of the undercarriage is shared. Wiz Khalifa painted both his Chevelle and his El Camino to look the same from the front, but from the back you can see the signature El Camino style that made this car a hit. Chevrolet's largest and most powerful engine at the time was also installed in a small number of El Caminos. The 450 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque LS6 454 CID engine gave the El Camino quarter-mile times in the upper 13-second range at around 106 miles an hour. Number 8. A 2012 Dodge Challenger SRT 8. Wiz Khalifa's 2012 Dodge Challenger SRT 8, which was a significant upgrade from his yellow Challenger, was another muscle car featured in the magazine circuit. Many upgrades were added to the Challenger in 2012, and it's worth noting that Wiz Khalifa's black Challenger has yellow pin striping along the seats and interior, despite the fact that the entire car is black. The base SE trim was renamed SXT to match the rest of the Dodge lineup's naming scheme. The SRT 8 392 model receives a two-mode adaptive suspension system with auto and sport modes. Depending on the mode selected, the car uses a variety of sensors to measure inputs such as vehicle speed, steering angle, brake torque, throttle position and acceleration forces to instantly tune the suspension for the given condition. Number 7. A 1968 Chevelle Convertible. Wiz Khalifa has a small but focused collection of muscle and classic cars that he has carefully selected because, unlike many celebrities, Wiz actually drives his vehicles around. The 1968 Chevelle Convertible is painted the same colour as his El Camino SS, and both cars are designed to look identical to each other. With good reason. The 1968 Chevelle Convertible is one of the most famous muscle cars on the road. This was the car that sparked the muscle car craze, and Wiz owns a pristine example. Number 6. A 1985 Chevrolet Monte Carlo SS. The Monte Carlo is one of the world's most recognisable nameplates, and for good reason. The car has always been and will always be a stable of quality and refinement, as well as a powerful dose of speed, which has always made the car a unique choice. Wiz Khalifa owns a 1985 model that was one of the most notorious and interesting models on the market at the time. This was the ultimate way to travel. With the T-tops on the roof and the same engine and setup as the Camaro, not to mention the sinister look of an all-black model. Number 5. A 2005 GMC Envoy. You might think that a rapper known for his Dodge Challenger has always preferred Mopar vehicles, but in a recent interview with Complex magazine, Wiz revealed that the first car he paid for was a 2005 GMC Envoy. Those who are familiar with this SUV are aware that it includes a plethora of luxury features, making it an excellent choice for the discerning automotive customer who requires a lot of space. The GMC Envoy was the corporate cousin of the Chevrolet Trailblazer in 2005, but the SUV was much more luxurious. Number 4. A 1996 Chrysler Sebring Coupe. A well-known vehicle is the 1996 Chrysler Sebring Coupe. Wiz Khalifa was interviewed and stated that he owned a 1996 Chrysler Sebring Coupe, but the engine blew after only 4 months. Anyone who knows Wiz knows he was probably trying to hot rod the little Chrysler, and the old coupe just couldn't take the punishment the rapper was dishing out. Number 3. A 1998 Pontiac Bonneville. The 1998 Pontiac Bonneville was one of the more interesting vehicles in this group, and it opened the door to a whole new market demographic for Pontiac. This was one of his favourite cars because it had a spacious interior and a powerful supercharged engine that gave it some zip. The Bonneville receives no significant changes for 1998, although it was in its 9th generation. However, for the naturally spirited 3800 installed in SE and SSE models, a new transmission, the 4T65-E, was introduced. Number 2. A 2015 Cadillac Escalade. Many luxury SUVs have entered the market in recent decades, and with each new model cycle, there are even more upgrades to these monstrous luxury vehicles. The 2015 Cadillac Escalade was a complete upgrade over previous models, with plenty of chrome and all of the features you'd expect from a luxury SUV. Wiz Khalifa owns an all-black model, which he has been seen driving around Los Angeles with his family several times. The Cadillac Escalade is priced at just under $86,000, which is a reasonable price for a luxury vehicle. The 6.2-litre V8 engine in the Cadillac Escalade produces 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. The massive SUV can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles an hour in just 6.1 seconds, which is incredible. Number 1. A 1962 Chevrolet Impala SS. The Chevrolet Impala is one of the most well-known nameplates in the world, having appeared in numerous rap music videos and films. The 1962 Chevrolet Impala SS sparked the hip-hop car craze, inspiring street customization long before it was cool. Wiz Khalifa owns a stunning 1962 Chevrolet Impala SS, with hydraulics and wire wheels that are perfect for the Californian lifestyle. Except for the 4-door hardtop, the 1962 model featured new C-pillar styling. Sport coupe models now shared the popular convertible roof styling of other GMB full-size hardtop coupes. The sedan's overhang roof style was replaced by a wider C-pillar with a wraparound rear window. Wiz Khalifa knows how to ride in style, which is not surprising given his songs and appearance. Finally, I'd like to share one of my favourite quotes from the star of today's video. Be who you are and let everyone love that person. Don't make other people's approval the overarching theme of your actions. Instead, be brave enough to be yourself and see what happens. You'd be surprised at how many people adore you simply because you're genuine. Those who have a problem with who you are as a person are not worth bothering with. Remember to be yourself and love yourself, and those who are right for you and your life will come along and love you for who you are. Those who are not, you don't need. Thank you for watching this episode. If you want to see other celebrity car collections, let me know in the comments below. Please make sure you like and subscribe to this video and channel, since that will help us make more content like this for you to enjoy.